Well, hello, my lords and ladies, and welcome to another episode of our Warhammer Quest Darkwater. We're painting one of the Blight Templars. There's three of them, and this is the first one we're going to do. We're going to actually do the other ones here pretty quick, obviously, as we sprinkle in these videos. First off, I want to say thank you to all my YouTube members. You guys are absolutely amazing. Can't thank you guys enough for your support and donations to the channel, because it does take a lot of time and effort. If you're new to the channel, or if you're returning and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Share the video. Do whatever you want. Fairly easy. Looks complicated, it's not. But without further ado, let's go. Obviously, the first thing you're going to do is build your miniature. And then I put some Stirland Mud down, and then I did an airbrush of white around the entire miniature. So once you've done that, we're going to be doing all of the armor, excluding, and you see me paint part of it, that left giant shoulder pad. Do not paint that. That is going to be in silver and later in the video. So make sure you do not paint that. For the small undergarments that are sticking out on the rear end section and behind the kneecaps, and then a little bit on the one side, the left side of our Blight Templar, we're going to be doing some Black Legion. And then just to get it out of the way early, we're going to go over our armor. And this is kind of the hack for making your green armor. With the first one, you're going to do a 50-50 mix of Militarium Green and Lahmian Medium. And you're going to put that all over the armor. Do not let it pool in like smooth areas like on the belly or anything, or on the helmet. Just let it dry completely, and then we'll go to the next step. If you want to keep it that darker green as you see it right now before we put this on there, you can. If not, if you want to brighten it up just a little bit, we're going to do a 50-50 mix of Mantis Warriors Green and Lahmian Medium, and we're going to put that all over the armor as well, and then let it dry. Right, most Nurglings have a flesh portion to their weapons or their body or something. So this one is on the mace that our Blight Templar is holding. So we're going to paint all of that with some Gulliman Flesh. For the bottom tentacle and majority of the kind of eyeball area, you can water this down just a little bit, and we're going to use some Sigvald Burbundy on there. You don't want to overdo it. You want to keep more of the fleshiness towards the top of the mace. For our tree trunk, we're going to use some Wyldwood. If you want to make it a little bit brighter, use a little bit of a hack, mix it with some Lahmian Medium, a 1-to-1 ratio, or you can do it straight out of the pot. It's up to you, but you're going to do the entirety of the tree, so make sure you do the tree. That's the tree trunk that's coming out of the side, the front belly, and then as you'll see in this next frame, we're going to use that onto the bottom portion that's attached to our base. While that is still wet, we're going to take some Black Templar and we're going to wet blend that into the bottom trunk, just the trunk area of the top. Slap on your Black Templar, clean off your brush, make sure it's damp, and then you just mix the two colors together because that water reactivates the brown. And it blends it in fairly nicely, a little hack that we like to use. All right, for the straps around our mace, we're going to be doing some Garaghak's sewer, and then the straps as well that are holding the gongs and the little bell on the tree. We're going to use that Garaghak sewer as well. For the loincloth coming down on the front and the back, we're going to be using some Seraphim Sepia. And then for all of our silver metallics, so this is going to be the bottom portion of the mace, the middle of the mace, and obviously the mace head. That large pauldron on the left hand or left shoulder of our Blight Templar, the bell that is hanging from the tree, and all of our chainmail as well that is hanging down. Also, that you notice that there's some spike armor on the arms and then 2 on the kneecaps. You want to paint those with this as well. We're going to use some Sycorax Bronze on these gongs. So there's the 3 hanging from the tree, and then there's the 3 little pack. It's on that right breast of our Blight Templar. You can use whatever kind of bronze you want. It doesn't really matter. And then finally, we're going to use some Snakebite Leather on that butt strap that is holding his armor from falling off his top. All right, we're doing 3 washes for all of our silver metallics. We're going to be using some Nulin Oil. So everything we just painted with the Leadbelcher, we're going to go over it with the Nulin Oil. For all the bronze areas, we're going to use some Agrax Earthshade. Very nice. Then we're going to let these two colors dry, more specifically the Nulin Oil dry. Once your Nulin Oil is dry, I'm going to take some Fyreslayer Flesh, and we're going to paint it on that pauldron except for the middle spiral. You can thin this down with some Lahmian Medium if you want, or straight out of the pot. It is up to you. All right, once everything is dry, shouldn't take that long, we are moving on to some highlights. The first one is a Karak Stone. We're going to use this onto the tree. So the light parts of the tree that are sticking up, we're going to be using the Karak Stone on there. Don't forget the pieces of branches and trunks that are sticking out of the body and on the side. For our silver metallics, excluding the chainmail, we're not going to use the chainmail on this. We're going to take some Leadbelcher and just reapply it to all that. So that's the spiky areas on the armor, the mace itself, the bell, and then the middle of the spiral on that left pauldron as well. You can use this if you would like on the chainmail. Just do a little bit of a dry brushing on that. It is up to you, but I went with a different color that we'll see here in a little bit. All right, for the skin, we're just going to highlight the lighter portions with some Flayed Flesh. Don't overdo it. Don't get it all into the pink areas, just the white areas. For the pink areas, we're just going to do some Screamer Pink, just to brighten it up. You can actually skip this if you are satisfied with the color of the pink on your fleshy bits, but it's up to you. And then it wouldn't be a little Nurgling without rust and destruction on its weapons and armor. So I'm going to take some dry brushing of Ryza Rust and put that on all of our silver metallics except on the chainmail. And I'm also going to use this on the left pauldron as well. This will give it a nice little rusty look, make it look like a Nurgling. Ushabti Bone, we're going to use this in two different areas. The first one being the loincloth on the front, and make sure you get the back that you can see from the back side. And then we're going to use this to highlight up just a little bit of our Black Legion under breeches, just the raised area lines. You could use a different color, but I just decided I already got this color out. Let's keep it status quo and just go with that. You'll see here in the next frame. All right, for the armor, we are going to take some Canoptek Alloy and we're going to do some edge highlighting on the armor. There are a lot of sharp edges on this Blight Templar, so we're going to do our best just to get most of those edges. If you're not comfortable with this, you could technically not do it and it'll still look fantastic. I just wanted to brighten it up a little bit. So I'm picking out little pieces of red or edged highlighting and just going through picking that out. Once you're satisfied with how it looks, we're going to take like a little bit of a dry brush. So you can take the same brush that you were using and just very softly scrape over those chainmail areas and make it bright just a little bit. And then we're going to take a dry brush of that same bronze color, or you can do a lighter one for the 3 on the chest and then 3 hanging from the tree. And that's it for the miniature itself. Let's work on my little Nurgling base that I wanted to do. So I'm going to cover the base in Cygor Brown. You can do it straight out of the pot, or you can mix it with a little bit of water or Lahmian Medium and cover it over the bottom of the miniature. While that is drying, I'm going to do an Abaddon Black on the rim of the base. And once this is completely dry, I didn't wait until fully dry. Actually, no, I did. We're going to use some Warboss Green, and we're going to put little piles. We're going to make some Nurgling puddles. So put that Warboss Green in whatever kind of puddle pattern you want. You can do 1, you can do 2, you can do 4, you can do most of the base. It's up to you. Once that's dry, take some Flash Glitz Yellow and put it in the middle of each Nurgling puddle. And once you do that, let that dry. Finally, we're going to take some Nurgles Rot and we're going to put it right on top of those puddles, and that will get you your Nurgling puddle look. So I think they turn out pretty good. I think it looks good on that dark base. You can use this, you cannot use it. It is up to you. And that's it. That's all she wrote. I did put a dead tuft on the back. Obviously, with Nurglings, everything's dead. We don't want it to be living. We don't want it to be, we want that dead look. So that's what we went with. So not too bad. I think it turned out pretty good for the amount of steps that we did it in. Should only take you a couple hours, 2, 3, depending on how well you want to do those edge highlighting. That does take a little bit of extra time. But again, it's up to you. So I want to say thank you to all my YouTube members, everybody who watches this video, everybody who supports the channel, everybody who shares this video, subscribers, leaves comments. I can't thank you guys enough. Obviously, my ultimate goal would be 100,000 subscribers. Don't think I'll ever get there in my lifetime, but a man can dream, right? We got some more Warhammer Quest Darkwater coming up. My goal is to finish all these miniatures by March sometime, so hopefully we get there. All right, I love you all, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, paint on.